around the block like Shaq with it. Had to get the money. Bet your ass I'm coming right back with it. Broke so long.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Awkward Situations. I really like that song that I just played before I started talking. My friend Packy just released it as a single, and I have it in the description if you want to check it out, but I just wanted to give that song a special shout out because I really like it. But this is Awkward Situations, the series where you guys leave comments about situations that are happening or that have happened in your lives that are awkward or embarrassing or just difficult to deal with in some way, and then I take a few of those comments and I'll talk about them. So that's what we're going to do. What you're watching on the screen, besides my lovely face, is some zombies gameplay. I've been playing a lot of zombies lately on Black Ops 3 because I'm very hyped for the DLC that is dropping next week. I'm excited for it, and I'm going to be playing a lot of zombies when it comes out. I'm going to be streaming it probably on my Twitch, which I'll link below, maybe even my YouTube channel too. I should probably stream it on my YouTube channel. I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers stream on YouTube lately. I don't know what the benefits of that are or the drawbacks. I could stream simultaneously to both, I think. I don't know how hard that would be. I don't know. I'm going to experiment. Either way, I'm going to play it. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're really good at zombies. I'm a very average zombies player. The Giant is a pretty simple map. It's, you know, a remake of Derice, which has been a zombies map since World at War came out. So I'm pretty decent at it. I'm not a professional. And what I'm doing in this gameplay, now I'm getting a little too deep into it, but what I'm doing in this gameplay is trying to rank up because I didn't actually play that much Black Ops 3 Zombies. I like zombies in general, but I didn't play that much Black Ops 3 Zombies. And I have a whole lot of things that I can unlock to get more experience, to get more point. Why am I doing it? I don't know. I'm just wasting time, all right? Just like I am in this intro. I have little goals that I have real life goals. I have emails to answer, but you know what's more fun than answering emails is getting 500 headshots. Wow, what an achievement. It feels like I did something today even though I did nothing. So that's that. Let's actually do something and answer some of your awkward situations questions, starting with this one. Yo, so Joel, I just found out from someone that one of the coworkers I just hired is interested in me, but I just got promoted to manager, so she's worried about dating her manager. I'm kind of worried if we start dating, the higher-ups will get pissed and think I just hired her because she was hot. I really like her a lot and would love for us to date, but I don't want it to affect everyone's view on my management capabilities, on my reading capabilities, if that makes sense. I've got to ask the question. Did you hire her because she was hot? I want to know. I think anyone would ask that question, especially if you started a relationship with her. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you have a couple of options. You could transfer, if that's a possibility. I don't know where you work, but if there's a different branch, you could transfer away and then start dating her, request a transfer from the higher-ups. Or you could start dating her and risk the consequences. You might want to review your employment agreement or contract or whatever you would call that and see what the human resources section says about work relationships and if there's any policies on that that could potentially get you fired and make you lose your job. Or you could just not act on these urges. A lot of choices. Wait, did you hire her because she's hot? We never. This is a one-way conversation, so you can't tell me, but you could tell me. You know, I'm a bro. You know, you can let me know. What if? So we had a Harvard graduate who looks like me, and then we had this chick who looks like not me. Maybe she went to some local college, but she's hot. So I don't know if she had an advantage over me, but as a potential employee of yours, I'm already offended. Anyways, I don't know what you should do because I don't know all of those factors. You know, you got to review your employment agreement, see if there's any problems with you dating her first and foremost. And then if you want to not have any workplace issues, anyone questioning you, higher ups, or even I would be more worried about people who are in the office because then they could view this as potential favoritism if she moves up in the company, and I think it's a little hard to discipline the person who plays with your penis. Just saying. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I'm sure your relationship will be about more than that. You'll probably write poetry for her and whatever. But yeah, it's just a tight rope to walk. A tricky situation that you don't want to get yourself in. I would advise against it, but I don't know how hot she is, and I don't know how much you want to risk your job. Like, what management position is this? Is this a job at Arby's? If you're a manager at Arby's, you can just go work at the Arby's across town, or fuck it, it's Arby's. I don't know why my friends and I always talk about Arby's as if that is the only place, that is probably the only place we are qualified to work if we don't have jobs as YouTubers. So our jobs, our mind when it comes to jobs are like weekly YouTubers or Arby's workers, curly fries, yay. But if you're working at a major corporation, I have a friend who's a manager at Costco, and that seems like a really good job, or just some other big corporation where you could move up and get benefits and have a really good life for yourself, have a really good career track. I would not do anything to screw that up. I guess, you know, what they say, love is everything, love is a big thing, but financial stability is also very nice. So weigh the pros and cons. I would advise against it unless you can transfer if it means that much to you, but hopefully it works out, man. Awkward situation. Hey, Joel, I need friendship advice. So recently my best friend went to a party with a few of her other friends, and needless to say, she got wasted and was yelling and twerking on guys and overall making a fool of herself. Everyone was recording her and laughing at her. I was watching this on Snapchat, and one of my other friends that was there told me all I know. I remember you once saying, if they're really your friends, they won't care what other people think about you. And that stuck with me, but after this happened, I couldn't see her the same way, and everyone kept telling me something about how she was acting, and it made me feel ashamed to be her friend, and it was weird to look at her. I might seem like a douche for caring what people say, and me and my friend are not talking because I confronted her about it, and she said it was all true, and that she didn't care what people were saying, and then got upset at me for questioning her and second thinking her. I want to be your friend, but I am not sure how to go about with a situation like this. Any advice? First of all, that advice that you got from me, if they're really your friends, they won't care what other people think about you. That's terrible advice. I can't believe I said that. I'm very bad at this, by the way. I don't have a psychology degree. Just want everyone in the comments to know this. I'm interested to know what sticks in other viewers' heads from what I say. That would be, I don't want, I hope I didn't say something like, no matter what you do, if you're angry, pull a gun on somebody. Because if someone's in a situation and they own a gun and they get angry at someone, they're like, you know, Joel said to do this, pow pow. But I know I didn't say, I don't think I said to do that. I don't know. Sometimes I take cold medicine and I say crazy things. But anyways, I understand where you're coming from. I've had situations where I'm embarrassed by my friends. And as you get older, you cycle through friends. You very rarely have lifelong friends. I mean, I would consider a spouse a lifelong friend, but very rarely do you have lifelong friends because people go their own ways in life, and sometimes you reconnect with those people after not seeing them for a while, but you very rarely have lifelong friends. So you might just have a temporary friend here. You know, she seems to be well on her way to being an exotic dancer. And I don't want to, you know, you commented on my video. She didn't comment on my video. I don't think she watched it. And if she did watch it, she probably had ad block on her. She probably disliked it. So I don't feel the need to pander to her. But I'm saying you're the better friend. And I so appreciate you watching my videos. I think if the behavior bothers you and you don't want to be seen in public with her, I mean, what are you going to do about that? Fake like you really care? I mean, you going to start twerking too? I mean, you can't fake your feelings. So if you don't want to be around her, I guess you don't want to be around her and you don't want to be her friend. My personal situation is that I was always friends with a more athletic crowd because I am tall, and luckily I figured out how to use my body in an effective manner to be able to play sports and not just use this tall frame for nothing. Because after high school it's useless. I didn't play college basketball, so you know, now I just have this tall frame for no reason. But I used it in high school, so I at least got a little bit of use out of it. And I ran with an athletic crowd. I would say a more popular crowd. I don't want to toot my own horn, but you know, everyone hangs out with their own crowds, and my crowd had a pretty nice spot in the lunchroom, nice lunchroom table. Anyways, I would say that a lot of those guys really liked partying and doing stuff with women. So that's a lot of what they talked about. I've said this before. I'm going to sound repetitive. I know I've said this in multiple Awkward Situations episodes, but they would be at the lunch table talking about how, yo, so I banged Susie this weekend. She was tight, dog. And I would just be sitting, eating my peanut butter and jelly sandwich and thinking, I watched Survivor this weekend. Man, that show's crazy. But I didn't say that out loud because that would be very embarrassing. I just was quiet, as I am most of the time in public. But they were still my friends. We kind of drifted apart, though, if that makes sense. And I'm okay with it, and I think they're okay with it. I don't think they say, man, that Joel is a douche. You know, I feel like, and I drifted apart with other friends for other reasons. So if you're going to drift apart from her for this reason, I think that's fine. I don't think you should feel obligated to be her friend. You might like her for her other qualities, and maybe you can hang out with her during the day, but just don't go to parties with her. And I am, I guess, a little confused about why you feel ashamed of her. I don't know if you identify with her in some way, if you guys are some type of super duo in your school and everyone sees you two as inseparable. But I just feel like if you don't feel like being her friend, you kind of answered your own question. I mean, you want to be her friend. I want to do a lot of things. Like, I would love to be a cool partier who went out and was good at socializing and wake up and just say, I want to do a bunch of things. But at the end, some of those things I try to work on improving, but at the end of the day, you are who you are. Your personality may be separate from her personality, and that might be something you have to come to terms with. And it's something that you come to terms with over time. Maybe I'm making a big deal of this, and the commenters are like, geez, Joel, it's not even a fucking big deal. Why are you being such a dad about it? But I've experienced growing up in my life, and when you grow up, you lose friends. So I feel like she's going to lose this friend, all the other viewers that aren't this woman. But I hope you make it work, because she seems like a great gal. She watches my videos with ad block, though. Fuck her. I don't know anything about her, and I hope you get it figured out. I'm sorry, I don't feel like I really helped, but I feel like you did all you could. Maybe you guys will reconvene, and it won't be such a big deal. Maybe it won't be a thing anymore, and you won't be friends anymore. I don't know, but I hope you're happy either way. Dear Joel or NobodyEpic, I just joined the Navy, and I just learned that I will be assigned to the USS Nimitz nuclear power aircraft carrier, and the rumor is the Nimitz will off the coast of Korea. I will not see my family or anyone I care about for a minimum of 9 months and a maximum of 3 years. How would you deal with this? I would like some help. By the way, I've been watching The Crew since GTA 4. That is a very long time ago. Fun fact, that is actually the first game I played with my friends. GTA 4, we had a little team deathmatch session, I believe. No, it was just like a free roam session, actually. But anyways, there was another commenter who left a comment that is probably better advice than I can give, and I'll try to go off of his advice. This is kind of irrelevant, but you're deploying on the Nimitz. My dad deployed on that ship as a Marine. That's awesome, man. Military life is tough, but thanks for being one of the people tough enough to do it for the rest of us. One tip, if you can, is write letters as much as you can, or email or call when you get a chance. It might not be often, but it helps tremendously. Speaking as someone who has had experience with a family member being deployed for months/years at a time. So take that advice, and I'll move on to the next awkward situation. No, I think that's good advice, and you should do that in any event where you are doing something different and you feel like it's going to throw you off mentally. You know, when I went to college for the first time, I got really thrown off mentally. I was away from home for the first time, and I will not lie to you guys, over the span of 3 days, I only cried 2 times. I'm a real man. But it was a real change, and I was farther away from home than I'd ever been, and a real structural change. And eventually I got into the swing of classes, and I had a schedule, and then I started to go to some clubs. I joined some clubs, so I had friends and I had structure. When your whole structure gets taken away from you and you're on this ship and away from friends and family, you have to rebuild the structure. Your family is going to be the people that you meet on that ship, and it's going to be really scary at first, and it will be emotionally difficult. I can guarantee that. But you will become a stronger person because of the experience. I know it's not a one-to-one comparison, but I felt like I learned a lot more about myself living away from home and being in college. And what you're doing is obviously a lot more difficult and more strenuous, and you'll be farther away from home, and you can't really leave where you're going to be, I assume, since you're going to be stationed off of a coast. Like that other commenter said, thank you for your service. That is an amazing thing that I could not imagine doing. I have family members in the service, and a lot of respect goes out to all those people. We actually, my friends and I, get a decent amount of comments. Some of the comments that always stick out in my head are the ones that say, like, I'm going to boot camp, I can't watch your videos while I'm there. And I'm just like, man, you are doing something so important. I'm very proud of you, and I hope you can watch my videos again someday. But that's really cool, and I just hope that you really enjoy the experience. like I said, I'm not going to be honest, or I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you a fucking lie. No, I'm going to be honest with you and say it's going to be difficult at first, but new things in life are difficult. I was talking to Megan today at lunch, and I was saying, you know what the worst thing for me is? Feeling comfortable. Anytime I have felt comfortable on YouTube, it is when I have failed the most. And I just think that for humans to grow, they need to do some things that make them scared. And I don't do that enough, so I'm kind of a hypocrite. But I know it to be true that when I do things that scare me and I'm able to get through difficult experiences, it makes me stronger as a person. So I hope that makes you feel better about it. I hope you can get through it, man. Writing letters, like the other dude said, should help. And just finding something to distract yourself with. Figure out what you can take on the ship, what you can't take on the ship, what you can do for leisure. I'm sure there's some type of mental health program that, you know, if you feel like things are getting a little rocky, you can go to that. But I don't really know. I'm kind of talking about shit I don't know about. But anyways, again, thanks for your service and good luck with that, man. Hey, Joel, my best friend committed suicide back in December of last year. I'm still not sure how to deal with it, but I get through the day, so I guess that's all that matters. I just feel like I have been so distant from his family and close mutual friends of ours since he passed away, and it's been almost 6 months now, and I still haven't visited or talked to any of them to see how they're doing. I'm not sure if I'm just not ready for that or what, but what would you suggest I do? I know it's kind of a dark topic, but anything would help at this point. Thanks. We leave the dark topics and the difficult topics for the end of the episode, so I hope you're still watching, man. This is actually really common when deaths happen. I believe the psychiatric term for this is secondary loss, when somebody is a part of the chain of relationships between you and other people, between you and their parents, or between you and mutual friends, and that chain breaks. You feel the secondary loss of your relationship with those people not being the same because of that person dying. So first of all, I'm sorry for your loss. That's really unfortunate. I didn't even say it. First of all, I mean, I already said a bunch of stuff, so that's really inconsiderate of me. But I would say that it's what did I do in this situation? I've had a friend die. I've said this before. I had a friend die when I was a freshman in high school, and it definitely changed some of my friends. Loss changes you. But the human mind is extremely resilient. I couldn't imagine the grief of a parent losing a child, though. That's got to be really hard for them. I would just, especially to the mutual friends, try to reach out any way you can and, laugh and have good experiences, and just don't let his loss of life be the end of your good times. I don't know if that sounds a little forward or if a little insensitive, but I remember the day after he died, my friends, everyone was really sad. The day after my friend died. I don't know if I said that. My friends and I were really sad at school, and everyone was in tears, and the teachers were really awesome. They just said, basically, we're canceling classes today. Like, if you are in this school and you were friends with him in any way, you can just walk out of class whenever you want and just go talk to people. So we were just hanging out in the auditorium and just talking, and we were all really sad. And then we started, this guy was a class clown, by the way. We started talking about things that were really funny that he did, and we all started laughing. It made us feel better. And it was, more difficult for some of us than others. Anyways, I feel like I'm off on a tangent, but I would just do it. Nike, just do it. Just get in contact with the parents or the friends. It might be nice for you to set up some type of tradition. I know it's gonna be tough. They might not be interested in it. You have to be okay with people needing their space and needing their time. Like you said, it's been 6 months, but people, might still need their space and need their time, especially the parents. I could not imagine that pain. But I think the days that will be hardest for them are the birthdays, the holidays, any of those days. And if you could, set up some type of tradition maybe around that time, or if that's too hard for them, just some type of set day where you can hang out with those people and do some of the things that you would have done before the loss to make life a little more normal. Life has its ups and downs. The human mind is extremely resilient. There's some losses that are extremely, extremely difficult to get over, but it would just be nice if you could kind of try to repair that broken chain link and, in your own way, just try to create some type of tradition that keeps the memory of your friend alive. Again, I'm sorry for that loss. It was, PewDiePie said it was like Mental Health Awareness Week. I should know what it is. Maybe the week's over. Maybe it was like last week. So, you know, don't be aware of mental health anymore. No, I'll leave a link to mental health stuff in the description if it helps anyone. I just think that no one should be afraid to talk about this stuff. I know some people just watch these videos for the lulz, and some people watch these videos. Sorry, I'm like making noise with my double tap root beer fucking coaster. Get the fuck off the. I'm the star of the video. I can't even throw it. Said I was athletic in this video. I know some people have. I know some people watch this video for that hilarious comedy that I just did, and some people watch the video just, you know, just to hear someone talk and just to hear about other people's problems. We all have our issues, and I hope that everyone out there is doing okay. I don't know where I was going with that. I hope everyone out there is having a great day. Yeah, just, you know, live life, love life. Sometimes it's hard, but it always gets better. And then, or you just die, you know. One of the two. I should not do this anymore. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed awkward situations. Leave your awkward situations in the comments below. I love you so much. I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Flow immaculate as always. I connect with it like hallways. Used to look up in the sky, now mirrors where I stargaze. They used to call me